In this dawn hour, on this magnificent island, Sri Lanka, considered the pearl of the Indian Ocean, the sun sends its rays to light up the verdant hills. It is in this manner that the day begins for the community who have their inherent culture and livelihood, and among those that form the plantation workers in Sri Lanka. It has become necessary for them to maintain a lifestyle that has been bestowed on them in order to provide the necessities of life while leaving aside any ambitions of grandeur. The reason for this is based on their poor literacy skills and also on account of them not having educational accomplishments which might allow them to progress beyond what they have inherited. Nevertheless, it is of paramount importance that this state of affairs is adjusted without delay. In accord with this urgent need, there is required a management of their knowledge and skills in order to empower their proper progress. In line with this, there are already some endeavors being directed toward furnishing such progress. Knowledge management and innovation is one such compelling program of action. In the production and manufacturing field, the necessity does exist and a vital need for the concept of knowledge management and innovation. In order to bring about a forward momentum, the Asian Productivity Organization has taken the lead in promoting this vital concept in the world and are now effectively sharing this among countries in Asia and the Pacific. Accordingly, a pilot project has been launched in Sri Lanka.
Knowledge management is a very powerful productivity tool, and first time we are using this knowledge management tool in the community level. So this project will be a role model in the APO history and Sri Lankan health sector.
The focus has been in the plantation sector and has been initiated among workers in the Sorgama and Rothschild estates in the Pusallava region, whereas the concept has already been applied in the areas of industry and manufacture. In this particular venture, the application is in the services sector, in particular as would have an impact on maternity health and adjunct health services. As a result of poor practices and a lack of understanding and being backward in their outlook, the numbers of deaths of mothers giving birth had seen a tragic increase. But fortunately, with the introduction of the program under KM&I, these figures have had a notable decrease. Traditionally, the males of the community have seen little need to provide medical expertise at the time of their mate's maternity, and this reluctance to hand over their womenfolk to the care and succor of professionals has resulted in much anguish among the women.
மத்தவங்க மத்த மனுஷங்க எல்லாம் பேக்கிட்டா இருக்காங்க, மத்த வீட்டுல உள்ளவங்க எல்லாம் ஒருத்தர் போறது இல்ல தானே, நீங்க மட்டும்தான் இந்த நாளைக்கு இது கரைச்ச கொடுக்குறீங்க, ஆஸ்பத்திரிக்கு போகணும் யாருமே அப்படி சொல்லலையே எனக்கெல்லாம்.
கிளினிக்ல எங்களுக்கு சொல்லி கொடுக்கறது எங்களுக்கு தானே தெரியும், உங்களுக்கு என்ன தெரியும்? வீட்டுல இருந்து எனக்கு நான் சாக இல்லாத நான் ஆஸ்பத்திரிக்கு போறேன்.
எல்லாம் சொல்றாங்கன்ட்டு அப்படியே கேட்டுக்கிட்டு இருக்காங்க. இப்ப டாக்டர்னோனா அது உங்க சொல்லுவாங்க தான், நீ இதை பாக்கணுமே, நம்ம வீட்டு கஷ்டம் அது இதுன்னா பாக்கணுமே.
ගෝබි කොහමද? ඉතින් මේ නිර්මලා මේ හොස්පිටල් එක යන්නේ කියලා කියන්නේ ගෙදර බබා හම්බෙලා කොහමද මේ බබත් පරිසම් කරගන්න ඕනේ, නිර්මලත් පරිසම් කරගන්න ඕනේ. හොස්පිටල් එකට යන්න එපා.
With the introduction of the KM&I concept and the consequent development of the clinics and the upgrading of the services provided therein, this husband will observe the difference in what his family can now be provided, and these will influence him to change from his earlier beliefs and prejudice.
Definition that we came up with, which is
APO expert Mr. Prabha Nair defines knowledge management as an integrated approach for creating, sharing, and applying knowledge to enhance organizational productivity, profitability, and growth. In order to abide by the KM&I definition, there were two committees that were convened. One, the steering committee, and also the working committee.
The trust emphasizes the importance of health with special reference to maternity work, education and general health. The result of KMI will be yields, cost of production and productivity. The KMI will benefit to the superintendents and the production of the state.
With the support of volunteers numbering 25 persons each from the two estates, Rothschild and Sogama, the project was carried forward. Under the aegis of the Governor of the Central Province of Sri Lanka, senior officials of government and also prominent leaders in the private sector in the Kandy district, they lent their support. The vision was improved productivity and health for the plantation workers through knowledge management and innovation. Its mission, informed action by collection and analysis of relevant knowledge through a multi-sectorial approach. There were 4 objectives in realization of the vision and the mission of this project. 1. To improve the health status of pregnant women in the estates. 2. To improve productivity levels among estate workers through KM&I. 3. To improve the level of satisfaction with regard to health services at the base hospital Gampala among pregnant women in the estates. And the 4th, to raise the level of community involvement in healthcare in the estates. For this important and unique project, Dr. Nawaz Jifri has obtained the Research Ethical Clearance Certificate from the Research Ethical Review Committee of the Teaching Hospital, Kandy. In addition to seeing an impact on the provision of services in the clinics and in the delivery of babies, there is also a positive influence that has been generated among those younger members of the community who have attended the seminars and workshops conducted under the KM&I program and thus have volunteered themselves to share among still others the values and virtues of such a program. This awareness and knowledge is now communicated and disseminated from house to house by the volunteers.
சுத்தம்ன்றோட நமக்கு ரொம்ப முக்கியம். சுத்தத்தை இந்த வீடை எப்படி சுத்தமா வச்சிருக்கிறாங்க 5S
Management practices such as 5S, Kaizen and effective household management have been shared, and the resultant benefit has been that pregnant mothers have been successfully motivated to adopt better practices and hygienic habits in their lives and thus benefit themselves.
The main objective of this knowledge management and innovation project is to reduce the maternity deaths of pregnant mothers in the state worker community. To achieve this target as volunteers, we accomplish more by educating the state worker community and also share the knowledge with them that we gain from the knowledge management and innovation project.
The benefits that have accrued to the entire plantation community can be assessed by virtue of the confidence the people now enjoy in the conduct of their personal lives and the aptitudes they have gained being manifest in many areas of their endeavors, along with better social attitudes. Instead of the misery of their line rooms, now a pleasant aspect of better managed houses. Garbage disposal is now orderly and hygienic. To enhance the family incomes, efforts have been directed toward home gardens to provide their domestic needs. Such cultivation is intended to focus on nutritional value, all with the purpose of contributing to the health of people. Access roads have been constructed and an attractive aspect has been derived among their dwellings. Better supplies of potable water and sanitation facilities have been established with the participation of the estate management, along with their advice and guidance.
For the first time in the history, our pregnant mothers are getting a consultant obstetrician help with a portable ultrasound scanning machine as a regular outreach clinic. This is a real privilege we got through this KMI project. All my estate workers were screened on the general health, and we started to maintain health records for them. I am happy to mention that no deaths occurred during the KMI project period.
Also allied are the professional estate medical assistants who themselves have had their skills and knowledge enhanced as a consequence of the program. With the effective and warm counseling these medical personnel have provided, bringing them closer to the would-be mothers and other women in their community, the mothers are now eager to visit the clinics and obtain the appropriate healthcare services at the due time.
As a superintendent of this estate, it is great pleasure to tell you this. We got a lot of benefits out of this KMI project.
We got fishery tank that is most benefited to this estate, where they don't need to go to the town, and that fish and all the nutrient foods they can take from the estate itself.
I was impressed by methodological work of this project, which did not create any problems to the management. Due to the active voluntary involvement of the state community, I think we were able to achieve health and productivity goals, including improvement in the crop intake. Because of the success story of this pilot project, I would like to continue KMI work in our Pusala plantation estate.
Hello, good morning, doctor. I'm Sogamastic. Doctor මගේ pregnant mother කෙනෙක් ඇවිල්ලා ඉන්නවා. යාට දැන් pains එක යාගේ ඉදිරි එක තියෙන next week එකට. එයාට පොඩ්ඩක් pressure එක high. මට යාව ගම්පල hospital එකට refer කරගන්න ambulance එකක් එවන්න පුළුවන්ද?
ගම්පල ප්‍රදේශයේ ගර්භණී මව්වරු වෙන්න
all pregnant mothers near about Gampola and suburbs used to attend the hospital for their childbirth. Earlier, the pregnant mothers of state community were a little bit hesitant to enter the hospital for deliveries. But after implementing the KMI project, now the inward number of pregnant mothers are seen increased rapidly.
According to this project, so we obtained funds from the Health Ministry. So the Health Ministry officials also supported for this project. From those funds, we have put up a new obstetric theatre, dedicated theatre for this emergency kind of cesareans and surgeries related to deliveries.
With the KMNI project bringing an improvement in the medical services and clinics, and with her being able to deliver her child with little fear or anxiety, this mother now encourages others like her in her community to likewise enjoy the confidence of being beneficiaries of these enhanced services.
Nowadays, the Gampola hospital has been improved much, and they offered an excellent service and catered me in a very friendly manner when I entered the hospital for the delivery. And I am very happy to say that with the hospitality and good services, now my baby and myself are highly protected.
It is a known fact that people's work and behavior depends mainly on their knowledge. Depending on this, we have tailored our study and the project. So we have identified the knowledge gaps and mismatches where the productivity, health, and their wealth goes more towards the failure side. Thereby, we have proposed this KMI project to identify all the stakeholders' knowledge gaps and mismatches. And we started from bottom upwards approach, starting from estate workers, and then we have gone up to the managers and also estate owners. To fill the identified knowledge gaps and mismatches, we have used the locally available explicit knowledge and also as much as possible tacit knowledge of the all stakeholders. And we have fully utilized health education tools, and also we have gone few steps beyond the health education in this KMI project.
These are also some of the benefits that have been derived as a consequence of the KMNI program being introduced and implemented. And this slide shows the results. 35% suffered from anemia before the project's intervention. By the end, the figure was reduced to 15.88% at Rothschild Estate, whereas at Sogama Estate, the figure was 25% at the start and the results were 7.14% by the end. Improvement of birth weight also was notable, with a figure of 76.9% at the start of the project and an increase to 94.29% by the end. And the incidence of low birth weight was reduced from 23.07% to 5.71%. The counseling sessions were also improved during the project, with 32% at Rothschild and 48% at Sogama. The annual crop intake has also shown improvement during the period of the project. At Rothschild, 2.63% and 3.39% at Sogama. Likewise, household income has shown a very positive impact, with an improvement from 5.08% to 32.2% at Rothschild, and at Sogama from 3.48% to 47.67%. This is directly attributed to an increase in productivity. Patient satisfaction was targeted at a level 75% to be achieved at the teaching hospital Gampala, but the results were well in excess of that, as shown in the green bars. The red bars alongside show the previous levels. KMNI can effectively contribute toward improving the health, capability, productivity, quality, as well as profitability. It leverages on knowledge and provides evidence of a real difference in the individual, the teams, organization, and ultimately in the community. This concept, which was initially precipitated by the need to reduce the numbers of fatalities at childbirth, has now been proven to have delivered a much greater benefit to the estate community, and it can be envisaged that the day is not far off when the entire island's plantations could well have this same program implemented. Because of these interventions by the Asian Productivity Organization, and with the tangible benefits that have been clearly demonstrated, these initiatives are laudable and deserve to be replicated in other countries that aspire to a modern, sustainable development.